Don't wait for the wind. Learn to fly on your own first. This isn't just an inspiring quote or a motivational slogan. It's a way of living, a mindset, and a deep piece of life wisdom. Many people spend their whole lives waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the lucky break that will change everything. We're taught from a young age to work hard and wait for our time, but reality often shows us that what we end up waiting for isn't opportunity, it's regret. Have you noticed? We often say things like, I'll do it when I have money, I'll start when I'm ready, or when the wind comes, I'll finally take off. But the wind doesn't blow just because you're waiting, and time won't stop just because you hesitate. Sometimes we think we're storing up strength, but we're really just standing still. We think we're waiting for the right wind, but in truth, we're avoiding the fear of taking action. So what is the wind? It represents external forces, opportunity, environment, luck, connections, trends, the advantages of the times. It's everything you can't control, but that can affect your fate. Flying, on the other hand, is your inner strength, your willpower, courage, awareness, and growth. Someone who relies on the wind can only fly for a while. Someone who learns to fly on their own can truly control their direction. The most dangerous state in life is depending too much on the wind. When you get used to waiting for perfect conditions, you lose the ability to move against them. When you rely too much on others to push you forward, you forget the power you already have within. Then your dreams become dependent on others' decisions, and your life is driven by the wind's direction. But the wind is unpredictable. It might stop suddenly or change course without warning. It won't wait just because you're not ready. That's why those who go far and soar high never rely on the wind. They rely on themselves. They practice their wings when the air is still. They find direction in the dark. They stumble, they struggle, they hurt, but they never stop growing. Because they understand the wind is rare and uncertain, but wings can be forged through effort and time. Don't wait for the wind is a kind of clarity. Learn to fly yourself is a kind of awakening. The clear-minded know that prayer doesn't change fate. The awakened know that only action can create the direction of the wind. They don't dream of being carried. They believe they themselves can become the wind. While others hesitate, they've already spread their wings. While others worry about where the wind will blow, they're already flying. Don't wait for the wind. Learn to fly on your own is one of life's simplest yet deepest truths. Because the wind will stop, circumstances will change, and people will move on, but your own strength will never abandon you. Maybe you're in a windless season right now. Your effort goes unnoticed, your change is unappreciated, and everything you do seems to vanish without a trace. You start to doubt yourself, your path, even your purpose. But remember this, windless days aren't life's punishment, they're life's training ground. That still, silent period is secretly forging your wings. One day when the wind finally comes, you won't need it to lift you because you'll already know how to fly on your own, farther, steadier, and freer. Life isn't about how strong the wind is. It's about whether you're ready to take off. Instead of waiting for the wind, create it. Instead of chasing it, become it. So starting today, stop waiting for the wind. Learn to be the kind of bird that can soar high even in a sky without a breeze. And if these words resonate with you, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Let's learn to fly together, even on the windless days. The wind is a fascinating thing, invisible yet everywhere. It symbolizes opportunity, environment, trends, and that sudden stroke of luck that seems to change everything. When the wind rises, you can almost hear it whisper in your ear, "Just catch me, and you'll be able to fly." And so, many people spend their entire lives chasing the wind. They keep looking around, afraid of missing the gust that might carry them to success. They watch others catch the right wind and rise high, thinking to themselves, I need that kind of wind too. Some wait for the wind, telling themselves every day, just a little longer, my chance is coming. Some chase it, blindly following trends, terrified of being left behind. Others push desperately into the direction the wind is blowing, crowding, exhausting themselves, believing that if they can just get swept up in it, their lives will change. But they forget one harsh truth. The wind changes, the wind stops, and sometimes the wind blows against you. Those lifted high by the wind may look graceful in the air, but the moment it stops, they realize they never learned how to use their own wings. How many people have you seen like that? They rise quickly on a wave of momentum, shining brightly for a while, but when the wind shifts, they fall faster than anyone else. During startup booms, people rush to invest or start businesses just because others are doing it. They make big money while the tailwind lasts, but the moment it dies down, they're swept away just as quickly. Real estate bubbles, stock market frenzies, viral short videos, each of these winds has proven the same truth over and over. Those who live by the wind are lucky, but also fragile because their fate is never in their own hands. When the wind is strong, they soar high and look impressive. When it fades, they crash hard with no power to resist. True strength never comes from the wind. It comes from the wings you build when there's no wind, and the power you forge while flying against it. The wise understand the wind can help you, but it can't define you. For those with real skill, the wind is an advantage. For those without, it only leads them further astray. It's like a ship without a rudder. No matter how strong the wind, it can only drift wherever the current takes it. But a ship with direction and control can sail forward even against the wind, using its own strength and mastery to cut through the waves. So instead of hoping the wind will blow your way, ask yourself, if the wind stopped, could I still keep flying? That question is harsh but real. It determines whether you're someone carried by the wind or someone who can truly soar on your own. Real growth isn't about waiting for the wind to come. It's about being able to spread your wings when there is none. The wind is a temporary force, but your wings, they're your permanent power. You must understand, the direction of the wind isn't yours to control, but your wings are. The strength of the wind isn't yours to decide, but the way you fly is. Those who rely on the wind will fall with it. Those who rely on themselves can fly steady no matter which way it blows. Because by then, you won't need the wind anymore. You will be the wind. Everyone goes through a windless season in life, a quiet, suffocating period when no matter how hard you work, you see no results. No matter how much effort you give, it feels like you're standing still. Everything around you seems frozen in place. No movement, no sound, no response. That sense of helplessness can almost devour your confidence. You start to doubt yourself. Am I not good enough? Did I choose the wrong direction? Is life just being unfair to me? You might want to stop, to give up, telling yourself, I'll start again when the wind comes. But here's the truth. It's during these windless days that life is truly testing you. When the wind is blowing, anyone can fly. But when it stops, only those with wings can keep rising. The absence of wind isn't a sign of failure. It's a sign of growth. It's life's way of saying, now is the time to build your wings. You must learn to move forward in silence, to persist when no one is watching, and to gather strength in the darkness where there's no applause. Before a butterfly emerges, it struggles painfully inside its cocoon. Before an eagle soars, it sharpens its wings on the edge of a cliff. They endure pain, loneliness, and the brink of breaking, but they never stop. Because they know that without that pain and pressure, they'd never have the wings that can truly carry them. People are the same. In your windless days, You might feel forgotten by the world, but that's actually the time life gives you to grow quietly and become stronger. Every person who eventually soars once had a silent season that no one saw. A time when they were refining themselves, learning new skills, gaining experience, building mental toughness, and developing discipline. Maybe others around you are already flying while you're still on the ground. You feel anxious, uneasy, even envious of their wind. But believe this, your windless period isn't a setback, it's preparation. The wind will come eventually, but when it does, you must be strong enough to handle it. Otherwise, no matter how powerful it is, it will only blow you off course. So don't rush to fly. Strengthen your wings first. Build patience before takeoff, resilience in loneliness, and discipline when no one is watching. Some people only shine for a moment when the wind is strong, because their wings are too fragile to withstand the test. But those who grow quietly during the windless times, once they spread their wings, nothing can stop them. You must understand that life's greatest fairness lies here. Everyone experiences a windless period. The difference is, some people sleep through it, while others grow through it. If you choose persistence during your windless time, you've already surpassed most people. That period of stillness may be lonely and long, but it's when you shape your soul and your strength. It's when you learn not to rely on the wind, but to fly with your own power. And when the wind finally does come, you'll be amazed to find it's no longer something you need, but something you've earned. You won't need it to carry you anymore, because by then, you'll already know how to fly on your own. All our lives, we chase the light. From childhood, we're taught to walk toward the light. Light means hope, success, recognition, being seen. So we do everything we can to move closer to it, closer to the people everyone admires, closer to the popular paths, closer to the circles that get noticed. We believe that as long as we stand in the light, the world will treat us kindly. But life teaches us otherwise. The light will not always shine on you. Most of the time, you'll find yourself in the dark. You'll face paths you can't see, efforts no one understands, and nights where every second of persistence feels unbearable. That darkness is heavy, lonely, and endless. It's as if the whole world has gone quiet, leaving only you, asking yourself over and over, can I really make it through this? Many people in moments like that choose to wait. They tell themselves, it's okay. Just hold on. Things will get better when morning comes. They believe that as long as they wait for dawn, everything will change. But they forget, if no one lights the first spark, the sky will never brighten on its own. Dawn doesn't start at the horizon. It starts in the soul of someone who refuses to give up. What truly changes fate isn't the arrival of light. It's the moment you decide to shine in the darkness. Have you ever seen someone rise from their lowest point? They've all endured long, silent nights, times when no one understood, supported, or even noticed them. Their efforts were invisible, their pain unheard. But they didn't stop. They repaired themselves piece by piece. Even if all they had was a faint glimmer, they kept moving forward. In loneliness, they found clarity. In hardship, they grew. They didn't wait for daylight. They learned to shine on their own. To shine doesn't mean to show off how strong you are. It means that even when no one is watching, you're still willing to light up your own life. Some people curse the darkness and blame fate for being unfair. Others stay silent and build fire with their own hands. At first, the flame is small, fragile, and almost snuffed out by the wind, but they protect it, nurture it, and slowly make it grow. Until one day, that fire not only lights their own path, but also illuminates the way for others. You must understand, real light doesn't come from the sun. It comes from hearts that refuse to go out. We often mistake light as something external, luck, connections, the perfect timing. But the most lasting light is the one you ignite within yourself. When you stop seeking validation from others, when you begin to trust your inner strength, when you take one more step in the darkest night, that's when you start to shine. Light doesn't need to be blinding. It just needs to be warm enough to keep you from fear, strong enough to remind you that you're not as fragile as you thought. So stop waiting for dawn. The sky won't brighten just because you wait, nor will it delay because you're afraid. If all you ever do is wait, you'll live your life chasing a light that's about to come. But if you choose to light yourself up now, then the light begins right here in this moment. At first, your light may be small, too dim to reach far, maybe not even enough to see the road ahead. But that's okay. As long as it's still shining, it's enough. Every dawn begins with a single spark. Learn to shine on your own. When you're misunderstood, ignored, or doubted, don't let your light go out. Because the most trustworthy light in this world will always be the one you kindle with your own hands. Don't fear the darkness. It doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to push you to shine. Every night that falls is life's way of asking you, will you become your own light? When you can keep going without understanding, when you can keep believing without results, when every light has gone out and you still whisper to yourself, I can't stop, you've already become the light. It might be faint at first, but one day it will burn so brightly that the world can't help but see. And when that day comes, you won't need to chase the dawn anymore, because you will be the reason the morning begins. Don't wait for daylight to chase the light. Learn to be your own. Because when you learn to shine, you'll never fear the dark again. When you become the light, wherever you go, there dawn begins. It will come always, no matter how calm, quiet, or unnoticed you may be right now. Fate will one day send a wind that belongs to you. That wind might be an opportunity, a journey, or a door that quietly opens when you least expect it. But the wind waits for no one. When it arrives, if you're not ready, it will simply brush past you and move on. Many people spend their whole lives waiting for the wind, praying for luck, hoping destiny will lift them. But they forget this. The wind is not a reward. It's a test. It amplifies your strengths, but it also exposes your weaknesses. The windless days are your time to prepare. When the wind finally comes, you'll see. Some rise with it, while others are scattered by it. The ones who truly fly aren't the lucky ones. They're the ones who have long been training their wings in the dark. They've endured loneliness and silence, learned balance and composure, so when the wind rises, they can spread their wings steadily and soar. The wind can lift you, but it can also destroy you. If your heart is unstable or your foundation is weak, it will only make you fall faster. Opportunity is not a gift from fate. It's a test of how prepared you are. To be worthy of the wind, you must train yourself during the still days, build momentum through action, shape direction through discipline and clarity. Those who create the wind never ask, when will it come? They ask, will I be ready? When the wind rises, countless people spread their wings at once, but only those who are truly prepared will fly far. Because the wind is not the destination. It's only the force that helps you reach it. The true flyers know how to steer. They don't just dance with the wind. They use it to create their own current. The wind will stop, but if you are strong enough, you'll keep flying. And when that happens, you'll no longer just ride the wind. You'll become it. You won't depend on its direction anymore, because you'll have become the source of it. So when your wind finally comes, don't panic, don't wait, don't fear. Spread your wings and rise with it. Remember this, the wind belongs to no one, but it always favors those who never stopped practicing, even when the air was still. One of life's harshest truths is that we always want to wait until everything feels just right before we begin. We wait for the wind, for the sunrise, for understanding, for better circumstances. But fate never moves according to your schedule. If you don't take the first step, the wind will never come. Those who truly go far never wait for perfect timing. They dare to spread their wings when there's no wind, light a flame in the darkness, and hold their direction even in loneliness. They understand that the wind isn't a savior but a test, that the sky won't always be bright, but people can create their own light, that destiny never favors the lazy, but always rewards those with action, perseverance, and faith. Looking back, we've all had moments of waiting. Waiting for someone to pull us up, waiting for the world to notice our effort, waiting for luck to take our side. But the wind never changes direction just because you hope it will. It sweeps through valleys and across wastelands, sometimes gentle as a song, sometimes sharp as a blade. The only thing you can do is become strong enough to fly steadily, no matter which way it blows. Because when you're strong, the wind becomes your ally. When you're weak, it becomes your obstacle. What determines your destiny is never the strength of the wind, but the strength of your wings. So stop waiting for the wind. While you hesitate, others have already started. While you doubt, others have already grown. While you stand still, others have already flown beyond your sight. When the wind finally comes, those who never learned to fly will be tossed around by it. But those who've been training their wings all along will already be soaring high against it. They aren't swayed by the wind because they've long understood the wind is only a passing force, but flying is the purpose of life. Don't wait for the wind. Learn to fly on your own. Learn to persist on the days without applause, to burn brightly in places without light, and to carve a path when there is none. One day you'll realize that the quiet, anxious, windless seasons were never punishment. They were your preparation for takeoff. The wind will come, the opportunity will arrive. But before that, you must build your ability to fly. When you have wings, the wind will lift you higher. When you don't, it will only make you fall harder. So from this moment on, stop waiting, stop hesitating. Treat every day as a day to strengthen your wings. Treat every setback as a test of direction. Treat every moment of loneliness as time for growth. And when the wind finally arrives, you won't be afraid. You won't depend on it. You might not even need it. Because by then, you'll already know how to fly. And in that moment, you'll see the world hasn't changed. It's just that you have finally found your own wind.